The pool. It's the place for family fun, rejuvenation, and relaxation. But today, there are a lot of choices when it comes to pools, and a lot of different people telling you what's best. It can be confusing. You've probably heard about salt pools or salt chlorine generators. They've been around a while and are becoming a popular alternative to conventional chlorine pools. But is it the best solution for you? Some people in the media and online would have you believe they are, but like anything, there are pros and cons. Often, consumers are led to believe that salt pools have less operating costs and require less maintenance, that a salt pool feels better on the bather's skin and hair and is better for the checkbook and has no impact on the environment. But dive deeper. Things aren't exactly what the media would like you to believe. There are a lot of myths and misconceptions, and there's a need for clarity. It's your choice, of course. With an investment this big, don't you want all the facts? Here are some of the most common myths you may have heard. Myth 1. Salt pools are chlorine-free. If you think you're getting a chlorine-free pool, you're in for a surprise. The difference in a salt pool is that chlorine is manufactured from salt using a salt chlorine generator, rather than adding chlorine to the pool directly. It's like having a chlorine factory in your pool. So a salt pool is a chlorine pool. Also, salt is not a sanitizer, and any old salt won't do. You'll need to use special salt to reduce the risk of staining your pool surfaces, water discoloration, and to achieve optimal chlorine production. Here's another popular myth. Myth 2. A salt pool uses less chlorine than a traditional chlorine pool. Fact is, the same amount of chlorine is required to maintain the cleanliness and clarity of your pool, regardless of how it is added to the water. And here's one more. Myth 3. Salt pools require less maintenance than traditional chlorine pools. Saltwater pools require all of the maintenance functions of a traditional chlorine pool, except for adding chlorine manually. They still must be checked and balanced regularly. Plus, don't forget, with salt pools, you've got to lug and pour all those heavy bags of salt. And just like a traditional chlorine pool, sunlight, rainfall, bather use, temperature, phosphates, and other mineral levels can all affect the sanitizing and performance of the salt chlorine generator system. Like traditional chlorine pools, salt pools need stabilizers, balancers, shock treatments, and algicides to maintain a clean, clear pool. Most salt pools also periodically require a superchlorination shock treatment to clear the water of contaminants. Myth 4. Salt pools have no impact on the environment. Salt water entering the public sewer system and eventually flowing into rivers and streams can kill freshwater species of fish and plant life. In fact, some cities prohibit the discharge from salt chlorine generators into the stormwater or sewage system. And salt water isn't just bad for the environment, it could be bad for your pool. If your pool system isn't specially designed for or retrofitted to be protected from salt water, you run an increased risk of damaging or destroying expensive components like heaters, pool decking, hardware, stone features, virtually your whole pool. In fact, some manufacturers of pool equipment do not support the warranties for the metallic pool components when a salt chlorine generator is installed on the pool. The truth is, the best place for salt water is in the ocean. Myth 5. Salt pools are less expensive to run. This is the selling point that people yell the loudest, because now more than ever, money matters. But salt pools are not less expensive to own and maintain than traditional chlorine pools. Salt chlorine generator systems require a major upfront investment of the salt chlorine generator equipment. They also require an expensive cell replacement every 3 to 5 years at a cost of about $499. Salt pool owners will also see an increase in their utility bill, since the pumps need to be running anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day. Plus, some salt chlorine generator manufacturers claim no additional algicides or chlorine oxidizer compounds are necessary, but 69% of salt pool owners indicated they were using additional sanitizer, 71% were using algicide, and 77% were using shock. Bottom line, it takes a lot of green to keep a salt pool clean. Experts agree, traditional chlorine is still an easy and effective way to sanitize a pool. Salt chlorine generators are not maintenance-free solutions to pool care, especially when you debunk the myths. Now that you're armed with the facts, you can make an informed choice. Salt or chlorine? You decide.